horrible lighting. It is what it is. We're gonna do my yearly 24 things I learned at 24 video. I guess that's not the right way to say it, but you know what I mean. My hair is not cut, it's just very curled, so it looks short because it needs to be brushed out. You might see me you will see me TikToking during it as I explain like what I'm doing on my phone as well, because we just have to do all the options. I'm like balancing my phone right now, but I'm probably just gonna end up doing something else. So I do have a list out because I'm not like a fucking genius that just has these things ready to go. So I'm going to run through my makeup while I discuss 24 things I learned at 24 and explain what I'm using while I'm doing it, and do TikTok at the same time. So it's a little chatty, get ready with me while I'm kind of running late for my entire event, but it's okay, it is what it is. First, using Anastasia brow pencil in, redoing this. First, using Anastasia brow definer in ash brown. And what I do here is I just brush up. This lighting is horrible for this, isn't it? I brush up and then I just fill in the last 3/4 or so because I have really good eyebrows and I don't need things massively filled in. So I am just doing the little corner thing and then kind of smoothing it out. So it's very, I don't like well-defined brows, frankly. I prefer a messier natural brow, and I don't get my eyebrows done. I stopped when I was 17. I did for like a year at 16 to 17 and then I stopped. The first thing I'm going to say that I learned this year is that I really think avocados are overrated. Like, a lot of avocados have the strings in them. If you know, you know. I think avocados are extremely overrated. Not that they're bad. Like, I like avocado, but it's not a food where I'm like, yay, avocado. Or I never order avocado toast. There's so many more appealing options, in my opinion, than toast to anything, frankly. I was in a toast phase a couple years ago, but not now. Let me do the TikTok portion of this. Just fake adding anything. But I think avocados are overrated, and basically I said what I said, and I don't care to elaborate that much further because I didn't say that they're bad. I just think that they're incredibly overrated for what they're known for. Now I'm taking this and I'm gonna go over my eyelids. Let me do it to the TikTok thing. Now I'm taking NARS Now using this NARS concealer all over my eyelid just to set it. As you heard, I use whatever concealer I have on hand, honestly, just to set my eyelids, and then I like smooth it out. This is not meant to conceal it, it's just to even out I guess it is to conceal it, to even out my eyelid and smooth things over before I apply shadow. So I also learned this year that you can eat too many nuts. I don't know if my digestive system is just no longer 14 and able to do anything, but I started just having like weird poop, I'm gonna be honest, and I researched it and it was due to really high nut amounts. Now, because I'm so active, I can literally go through a jar of nut butter in like a single, I wouldn't say a single, I'd say like I can go through half a jar of nut butter or a third, etc., in like a single sitting because it feels like my stomach can be a bottomless pit, especially if I'm super active. That will fuck with you, especially if you're eating high fat from nuts to that amount. I'm not scaring anyone away from nuts. I still have nuts. I just don't buy nut butters anymore because it's too easy to be like, let me have the entire thing, just a little bit more, etc. So I don't do that anymore. So you can't eat too many nuts. I learned that. I also learned that Botox is incredible. You don't need to get Botox at any age, obviously, especially not me when I was 23 and a half, like 5-6 months ago when I started getting it. However, it looks so good, especially if you have even the slightest forehead wrinkles as a 20-something, it will literally remove them. It also removes pores. It's just beautiful. It also just like prevents weirdness in your skin. Like, I can tell when someone's had Botox, especially really good Botox, because the look is just porcelain. And I really love the look. Even on men, I think it's like beautiful. Now I'm just taking this Tarte powder and doing a really thin layer all over to set it. But I love Botox, and I will openly say that because I have nothing to hide, basically. I love cosmetic surgery. I don't have like anything besides nose job, Botox, and a little bit of lip filler, but it's gone. Like, I want to get more, but I love it. Now setting my lids with just a little bit of translucent powder so everything sticks. Fourth thing is point systems. If you know me, you know I travel on points a ton. So you cannot suddenly get points without spending money, but if you spend a lot of money on a business, you can use those points to travel with, basically. So I want to reiterate, there's not some secret of like how to get points without spending money. Like, you do need to spend generally a lot of money to accumulate a lot of points. However, if you are running a business or you have like several years of points built up like I did for both cases, it can be really incredible the amount that you can get with points. And kind of like crypto, you can transfer points into Marriott Bonvoy or like Emirates Skywards miles. Like, you can transfer things. Now I'm taking the Marc Jacobs Omega Wow, something Omega bronzer. They don't make it anymore, but you can find a Marc Jacobs bronzer. I'm putting this in my crease because I like to use the same bronzer and crease color. I just think it makes things easy. It's a good neutral shadow. Now I'm taking Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer and putting it in my crease, just so I have the same crease and bronzer color. I think it looks really natural, like I said. But yeah, points are awesome. If you're not already using an American Express or Chase Sapphire, which are the best for points, I highly recommend that you consider. Again, it is not some secret thing, but people think I'm like lying when I say this. I'm not, that I've lived off points, because I had over 1 million Marriott points and over 1 million Amex points. Because on American Express, you get 5x points, basically, if you do it on travel. So travel counts for 5x, 1.5 points per travel dollar. Also, what I've learned is just to take the fucking picture. I used to be, I don't want to say insecure, but I used to like beat myself up about, I left a brush in the other room, 1 second. I used to beat myself up about wanting a picture everywhere because like there was this trend, I think on Pinterest or Tumblr during the height of like the cool girl 2016 Tumblr days maybe, of like, oh, like you don't take a picture, like memories last longer, something like that. No, bitch, I will be the person that is holding up my phone during a concert for the good songs and looking through the phone. I will be that person. I don't give a shit if it seems petty or whatever. I'm about to have my birthday today. Everyone gets a picture with me. Who wants one? Whatever. Never fail to ask me for a picture. If you see me out in public, don't ever hesitate to ask, frankly. I am here for you. I get it. Even though I would never ask someone for a picture if I saw a celebrity because I'm shy, internally I would like want to, so that's that. So don't feel bad. Jesus Christ, this is hard to open. I'm opening this angled brush thing because I need to open up what I'm going to use for the eyeliner. While we wait, sixth, I learned that sleep deprivation is horrible. I've never been sleep deprived ongoing in my life until the past few months, where I would just be out late. Even though I don't drink and I'm very selective with like substances that I use, I was staying out very late just in like a party scene, which I don't regret. Like I will still go out, honestly, because I like to be out with my friends, not in like bullshit clubs, but usually just like staying out late, I don't know, in friends in different situations. That led me to become very sleep deprived, and that did have an ill effect. I can just notice on like my regenerative, oh shit, there's someone calling me. Door help. But basically, I learned that just like I really am not someone that can deal with not having sleep, and it affects like skin, weight, just everything, just not as muscle recovery. I can tell now, and maybe I'm just because I'm not 16 anymore, so I realize these things, but like at 24, I really can't do that. So now I'm taking this House Labs red thing. I'll show you as I do it, like off camera, or on camera when I talk to TikTok and do it. I guess I can do it right now. Do I do it on my hand? I don't really want it to. Do I do it on my hand? I guess it has to be. Or I could do it on this box. Where did I do it with the box? Shit. Here, we'll do it here. Actually, no, hand is just better for this. Now to attempt the red eyeliner, I'm taking a little bit of this House Labs red stuff. On my hand with an angled brush, and we're going to try this. Also with that, I haven't been practicing yoga nearly at all anymore, which is really sad to me as a former yoga teacher. I'm going to try to do this wing. Awesome, we fucking did it, at least that part. And I just realized the changes in musculature and flexibility that made me pretty sad once I stopped. Or not consciously, but like just during COVID. And then like I didn't practice. Like I don't like practicing alone at like a class. So because of that, just noticing that, I realized the importance of a yoga practice and I really need to get back into it. Oh my God, I did one eye. I did it. I just did one eye. Eyeliner gods have blessed us. And similarly, even though this is kind of different, I think of reading, like reading literature as mental weightlifting. Let's try to connect this. And I had not read in a while, similar to yoga, and I was realizing again as I kind of started reading a little bit more that it definitely is like mental weightlifting and it's helpful to practice that. Oh my God, I did it. I'm gonna need to go over it a little bit, but fucking did it. Also, I'm realizing, and this was a big one today, that if you're not comfortable in an outfit, you're not going to want to wear it. Like, I don't care how cute it is, you're gonna look slouched, you're gonna look unconfident. So having it, I mean, it can be a little painful, like beauty is pain in a lot of ways, but heels are a little bit different than like something you can't breathe in or just something that is really unflattering and so you feel uncomfortable. I can't believe the angle that I'm filming at here, but I have to do what I have to do. So I realized this because as a kid, I remember my mom used to be like, you always look uncomfortable, and she was a fucking bitch, just like horrible, nasty person, just objectively. But that was just a comment. That was just like, you look uncomfortable. I fucking did it. Look at this red eyeliner. We fucking did it. I kind of want to do something, I don't know, it looks good. It just looks really good. But if you look uncomfortable in it, you're not gonna, if you're uncomfortable, you're not gonna look good, just period. But with that, I think I have a newfound appreciation for high caliber designer pieces being a valid investment class. I think that's similar to watches, Rolexes, like APs, and I do want a red AP. When I really make it, I'm gonna get myself a red AP, and by make it, I mean like 8 figures, because lower than 8 figures, I feel maybe over 5 million. I almost had a heart attack because I couldn't find this, but I'm now just gonna do a wing with my favorite Kat Von D tattoo liner. If you know, you know. By the grace of God, the eyeliner gods have blessed me, and I did red winged liner on both sides. Now I'm gonna go over it slightly, like 2/3 probably of it, with black. This is Kat Von D Trooper Black Liner, the best. So I might actually go over this a little bit more with some more red, just to make it pop like a tiny bit more, because it's a little bit dull in my opinion. But yeah, designer pieces are a valid investment class if they're very high quality. Like my Chanel bag, I could sell that for much more than I bought it, in my opinion now, I think. If I can't, I don't really care, I'm not selling it. Okay, yeah, this looks good, I can build this. This is a really good product. I'm really impressed by this. So yeah, I darkened that a little bit and that looks good. Now going in with Trooper. This year also, I had a few more friends have kids. Like I haven't known people that have had kids around my age, and I have a few friends slightly older than me that did have kids, and like motherhood's a fucking job. Not that I didn't know that before, but I used to say that I wanted to do something besides default to biology, and I still think that in a lot of cases people default to biology to feel like they have some creativity in the world because they can't do anything original otherwise besides fucking someone and feeling like, oh, I did this. However, I do think that there's some people that are literally amazing at the job of motherhood, and I'm extremely impressed by it. I say motherhood more than fatherhood because there's a skill set inherent to motherhood that is just like impeccable, and just like shout out to my moms, like you guys are badasses. So I'm gonna go in with this. You're gonna see up my nose again probably. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with this. This looks so good. I'll show you in a second. And similar to that, I've had a new perspective on gratitude. Like I used to give myself a hard time for not being like this multimillionaire by 24, not having this life that I see, I don't know, like Billie Eilish or these incredible celebrities having, but I kind of had to grow up a fair amount and be like, come on, Maren, like shut the fuck up. in the grand scheme of things, like I and a lot of the people watching this will be in the top 1,111% of just the lottery of what we're born into. And I feel like I have a new perspective on that because it was this kind of beautiful epiphany moment when I was on a flight from Newark, I could decide whether to say Newark or New York, but Newark to Vegas. And it was cramped, it was bumpy. We were sitting on the runway when we landed in Vegas for 2 hours because of a storm that wouldn't let the ground crew come out to help us. And I was just like, I'm so at peace. Like, I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to be on this crowded flight in Vegas. Like, so few people would get that. So I feel like I've had just a new perspective on gratitude where I'm really grateful all the time. And I think because of that, I don't feel the need to say it. I just kind of exist in that energy. And I often feel that stating gratitude is a little bit cheapening, not because it's actually cheapening, but because when I put it into words, it's less than the actual feeling. This eyeliner turned out really beautiful. If you can see this right now, this just turned out so well. If you have the TikTok version, maybe I'll get like Gabs, my wonderful editor, to put it in so you can kind of see what's happening. And it worked out. Now I gotta add lashes. So yeah, now we add lashes. I think I'm going to do these. These I just got at CVS today. They're the My Lash But Better MLBB, obviously by Kiss. I love drugstore lashes. Like, I like just natural lashes. I don't do anything crazy. I think a lot of the time, huge lashes are cope. I mean, you could say that all makeup is cope, but like really huge lashes, you know what I mean, where it's just like, Jesus Christ, sister, like you're hiding all your eye with that. So let's see, I can't tell which one is left or right. I think this one is right, because this is the way that my eyes would go. And like, being now where I am in a space where I feel I'm tangential and not really connected fully into like a spiritual space, but I'm a little bit weird, I'm finding that like a lot of the spiritual, and this was inspired by Phil Good articulating this, and Phil Good is one of my favorite spiritual teachers on social media and of all time. He articulated how if you're not getting views, if you're not getting like people to listen to you, it's probably because you're fucking boring. I'm sorry to say that, but like if you're entertaining, even if you're atrocious, people are going to listen. So a lot of spiritual teachers that have something valuable to say, I would say like, are you saying it in a boring way? Like, are you doing something on Reels that's just like monotone and no one wants to listen? Not that that's bad or, you know, I'm looking down or anything. I mean, I've been boring. I get shit views on a lot of my content, but it is something to think about. Like, is your message just really fucking boring? Because a lot of spiritual messages are really fucking boring. Randomly on my list, I jumped to number 14, so we're over halfway. Whoop whoop. Money is for spending, so like don't forget to actually spend money that you make. Just that's an aside, because I for like 2 years didn't spend any money I made, and I mean it was fine, like I built up a lot, but then I didn't live my life. So I'm not saying go crazy, but like money is for spending, guys, remember. I need to cut this. I don't have any scissors. Maybe we can just yank it. There we go. I just yanked that motherfucker. Actually, no. I need to like fully yank this. There we go. That's snapped. I have lash glue everywhere, but we're making it work. So yeah, I think like money is for spending, and in the same way, like realizing like things about convenience and whatnot. Number 15 is that we're really fucking lucky to be in the US. I say this as someone who kind of glamorized living in Dubai and moving, and there's certain rights and privileges as a US citizen that are incredible, and like shit, I'm getting this everywhere. This is so bad. I need to just do this. This with nails was so hard. I think I fucked up the lash set, actually. Maybe not. Yeah, I fucked up the lash set. I need scissors or something. I'm just literally gonna need to use like something else. Perfect, I split these lashes in the middle. Oh my God, phenomenal. This is always what I like to do anyway, splitting lashes down the middle. So like I was saying, like I'm just incredibly, like even like if I talk about this long enough, I feel like it's something to get emotional about even. Like I'm just incredibly lucky to be in the US overall. I think a lot of our generation, saddeningly, is very privileged in complaining and in thinking about like glamorizing countries that are slow and bureaucratic and just have much fewer rights objectively. So I'm not saying the US is perfect by any means. I'm not saying there aren't things to be improved, because obviously there are, but like in the grand scheme of things, like we fucking lucked out immensely with that, and I don't want to minimize that at all. That's the main reason why I'm like, I might want to sell my place in Dubai. One, because the harassment about being like paid for in Dubai is just insane. Who is calling me now? Hey, what's up?
Hey, we're gonna head over in about like 45 minutes, so should be there at 8. Are you all set up? Do you need anything?
I'm filming videos, so I'm all good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And everything for your party's all set? You don't need anything picked up?
I'm kind of rushing to get ready, so I don't actually know. But I think everything's fine. Yeah.
Keep me posted.
Yeah, okay, see ya. So yeah, I mean, that was kind of a short one. I could talk longer about that, but like maybe I did talk long enough about that. I'm just very thankful overall to be an American citizen, and like I don't forget that. Even if like, yeah, I'm not going to be one to ever be like, oh, and like this comes from someone that did the research to possibly get rid of my citizenship for financial reasons, but like, fuck it, I'll pay the taxes if it means that I can have the life that I do. So yeah, that's that. So I'm just adding a little bit of red over this. Phew. Now to get the liner again. Let me fix that a bit. Get my concealer out and clean it up a tiny bit on top. And to get the little dots away here. But this is so perfect. I have lashes, the inner corners are down. This is just perfect, like this. The lighting is so bad, but you'll see it at the end. Lashes are on. I just used one of the Kiss brand lashes. I cut them in half and just used them in the outer corners because I already have extensions, but I wanted more. Still natural, wispy. It's a look. Also, in the theme of the US, I think we're witnessing an inversion of political parties. Like, I think that in the next 20 years, we'll look back and be like, during this time, there was literally an inversion. I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Let me TikTok this. Now to set my face and start off my foundation, I'm using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I was gonna do a little thingy, but I hand busy. Like, I think that the working class used to be largely Democrats, and now, I mean, sure, there are Democrats that are working class, but like true laborers, like blue collar, is now largely Republicans. That, I mean, it's natural for capital to just kind of move in a way, so this is not a value judgment at all. But I think that we are experiencing an inversion of political parties, so that's that, and I think we'll look back and be like, oh wow, like this was a time when so much changed. And number 17, I think that we're getting deep now, the final 7. I think one of the best demonstrations of character is straightforward communication. I think that if someone can say what they need to say, very clear cut and very straightforward, that is a demonstration of their amount of mental gymnastics. And if there's someone that does a shit ton of mental gymnastics, I don't want them near me. This is not to say that people that are a little bit more timid or naive or just have trouble speaking in such a way that is like put together at all have like issues. But I think that it's often a good indicator if someone has, I'm looking for the top tip because I can't find it anywhere. It's often a good indicator of someone's character if they're straightforward with the way that they communicate. So now I'm taking a very dirty beauty blender because my bronzer got everywhere, but it's not actually dirty with foundation, with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in 3. I've used this for a while. I used it in high school and I just got it done. It's beautiful. It looks better the longer you wear it. Now going to use the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation all over my face. So I just take this and I like dot it and then I blend it in. Very light layer. And this is one that I feel like might get some pushback. I wouldn't say this is an anti-law of attraction take, but I'll say that I do believe in the law of attraction just in cause and effect and reaction action. I don't think of it as this like woo-woo thing. I just think of it like the literal definition of karma, which is like what you do will generally come back to you given the way that life works. I don't think of it too heavily necessarily, but I do think that it works that way. And as a result, I actually disagree with thinking that you can't think about negative things. Or I think that thinking about the possible ways that you'll fail and how to respond to those failures is actually Okay. Okay. Okay, like right now? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me turn my camera.
Kirsten and I are not dressed.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
I'll put a little like behind the scenes.
Cool. Yeah. Jesus Christ, this is going to be a long ass video. I'm so sorry. I cannot be interrupted. I was saying as I apply Tarte Shape Tape Concealer under my eyes that I feel like preparing for failure in a sense of like figuring out what could go wrong and preparing on how to deal with it is a really good idea, simply because I think it just allows me to focus more on the goal, because I know like if my battle plan is not working out, what my battle plan is. I mean, similar to trading, basically, like you don't go in without knowing how many losses you might be taking. My favorite product in the entire world, Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. I have it in Fair and Neutral, have it under my eyes and T-zone. Blending that in, and kind of in line with that, no one is going to feel sorry for you if you overextend yourself so much that you hope that they like save you. I don't know if this clearly makes sense, but it's a pattern that I've realized in myself and seen in others, where people will do the absolute most to like go above and beyond and then expect, oh, why is my life not getting better when I am the one that's not having a boundary here on how much I help people. I wouldn't say it's a martyrdom thing, but I'll say like I'll just overpay for people. My thing is I will overpay and want people to have a great time, and then they're like, I can never pay you back for this. And I'm like, I know. And it's not like I want them to literally pay me back, but it's like, oh, I hope that like I'm good enough now, that I can be loved. It always goes back, all these fucking things when you act out in this way are always like, I hope I'm loved, I hope I'm safe. And for me, it's overpaying for people and buying people too many things. And so I've learned it now, but I still catch myself doing it when I'm like, oh, I don't feel like I'm being received well or the way, and it's run me dry before. Like I definitely recently have done this, just like really overextending myself financially so that I can help people, but it's kind of out of control. And this is another maybe unpopular one, but I think that a lot of highly spiritual people are known for being spiritual and get into the niche because they know that they're not willing to put in the determination or effort into making something tangible in the world. This is not to say that you can't do something tangible spiritually, like run a spiritual business, but I think you know what I mean, that like the woo-woo type of person sometimes just does not want to put in the effort to do something a little bit like that takes a little bit more skill. This has nothing to do with people who are really incredible tarot readers, astrologers, etc. I'm talking more about just the interested who like do nothing but, I don't know, post pictures about it. There's a difference, and I think that you all know what I'm talking about. I just set my eyes with this Tarte loose powder. Just set under my eyes and very lightly over my whole face with this Tarte loose powder. So basically I just set under my eyes, and then whatever's left, I then do over my whole face. So that's that. So yeah, not knocking spiritual people at large, just saying that sometimes it is a lack of ability or lack of wanting to be a value add in a more widespread way. So you're like, I'm exiting the whole system. Now I'm taking the same Marc Jacobs bronzer, which is hella broken, and putting it on my bronze areas. And yeah, doing this situation. I literally just do it like all around, and then nose contour too, which I'll show. Weird thing on my camera. Hopefully it's not running out of battery. Now for nose contour, I just do this situation. I just do 2 lines and then a little thingy across, and then I blend it. put this Marc Jacobs bronzer all over my corners of my face basically, and I also nose contoured, which I am now blending out. And this is a personal one that I definitely realized over the past few months as I prepared for 24, which is technically mid-20s, is that youth is not a sustainable personality trait, so try to actually add value that's sustainable. I know this is ironic, like obviously youth is not sustainable, but I mean more in a way like known for being young, pretty, fun, whatever. It's just not sustainable, and it's kind of like being the popular kid in high school. You can't be that forever. So it's just not something that I think should be attached to. All suffering comes from attachment, and I think in this case specifically, yeah, and now I'm adding Kevin Aquan contour powder. Someone told me that this does test on animals, so I won't buy it again. Like that's my thing. It's just if I find out something's if something is not cruelty free, I'm just like, okay, I won't buy it again. Because sometimes with like this, you can look it up. Kevin Aquan is very misleading. Like I don't know what the hell he does in his company or their company. I don't know, but like I can't find anything online about cruelty free or not. I contoured in the Kevin Aquan contour powder, which is the best. And this is in medium. Even though I'm fair, I use medium because it looks better. So that's that. And I actually have a new blush. This is pretty bright. This is Exhibit A. I wanted this to be more of a red punch, so I got it recently. NARS blush in Exhibit A. Our last three, so number 22, these are the deep ones. Everything has subtext that someone says, so look beneath what someone says for the intention. I mean everything. So rarely do people say what they actually mean. They're saying something hoping to manipulate or get something out of the situation. So ask why someone is saying it. Something, often it's to get attention, to be known for seeming like something else. Often it's just really weird. So I'd say caution and also awareness with why people are saying what they're saying, because no words are just words. I love this blush. This is so bright. And I always do a little bit in like T-zone, especially nose. I love blush on nose. 23 is that to generalize, people don't change. Like even if people, I don't know, get sober, start doing something, like those major changes, people are still people. So if you know you don't vibe with someone, like you don't vibe with them, period. People can change for the better, for the worse, but like their personality and who they are underneath and their traumas generally don't change. So I do, like you can change horizontally, you can like gain or lose weight, gain or lose patience, things like that. But like the core of the person, people don't change, so like don't count on it. Melt highlighter. This is melt highlighter. Oh my god, it just fell out. Oh my god, this just fell out. Oh my god. I mean, it didn't break, but Jesus. Makeup all over my computer. And the final thing that is a little corny, but I didn't really realize until this year when I was really alone, and over the past year of being like, as cringe as it is, very canceled and very hated, and being, I'd say, the most hated spiritual figure online, as well as some of the most polarizing. No one in my real life was lost because of it. Everyone I know can see through this and is now very changed because of what happened to me. But I do think that until this year, this is what I was getting to. I didn't really love myself, as like corny as that is. And now when I think about myself, I think about like, how would I treat my very best friend, and the gentleness and the honesty and the directness that I would with that. Because I can be really cruel to myself and really, really hard, and I still am tough love. Like I'm good at that, and I can be honest and myself with that, but I don't, like, I didn't really love or think about myself in the same way until I think this year. Oh, this is looking so good. This lighting is terrible. I say that every single makeup video because it's true. Now using setting spray. Setting spray, Urban Decay All Nighter. A little eyebrow gel moment. This is just the next. My camera's overheating, so I'm going to do this in segments. Lip liner in 714 from Urban Decay. Lipstick is my favorite, Santa Sangre from Kat Von D. Now for lipstick, the favorite, the best, Santa Sangre by Kat Von D. I just fill it over the liner. White liner in Waterline always. I used to hate this when I was younger, and now I'm like, it has to be done. Makes such a difference. And then I'm using this Sephora Size Up mascara. It was a free sample and it's actually incredible. And just on the bottom and barely any. For bottom mascara, I use the Sephora Size Up mascara. And even though I love this, I think I'm gonna add some dots to the end for a little fun. I'm into it. I got bored and added dots on the side. I don't know if I'm into it or not. I might take them off. I kind of like it. Maybe I'll add one down there. That's it. Guess you heard. I need to add a little bit more. A little bit more on the tip. I'm into it. I don't know. Maybe it was better. Oh shit, I'm not into the dot. I need to take that off. No, I'm not into the dot. We're gonna remove that. Okay, after hell, I fixed it. Final touch is Lime Crime Gloss in Maraschino Cherry. And then to finish, Lime Crime Gloss in Maraschino Cherry. I don't even like that TikTok. We'll see how it works. Basically, this is the makeup, and now I need to go get dressed. I'm really happy with it. There's a hair, but like, yeah. Oh. I need to brush my hair out and then show you the look. The outfit is finalized, and since the room is very dark, I'll just show it in here and hope that this works. Please, camera gods, help me out for once. So this is the outfit. I showed it earlier. Blood shoes, I'm getting this everywhere. And yeah, that's that. I like the outfit. I didn't at first. Because it does not really accentuate waist at all. In fact, it like takes away, but I'm kind of into it. Even though it's big and it's a little weird, but like that's the look, I think. I could just be an idiot, but I'm into it. I think it's a vibe.